Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Rees and I'm here to bring a message to whomever this resonates with. Let's dive straight into it, y'all. We could get started with this large tarot deck I got here. I gotta really get the accurate name for this. I keep calling it my large tarot. It's so big. I mean, it's not even tarot, sorry. A large oracle. Whoa. 3 cards. Oh, 4. Too many. I would have taken them if they were 3. Exactly. But they're 4, so let's put these back. Happy Black Moon, by the way. It's been 2 days since it's actually peaked, and I didn't say anything to you guys. Happy New Moon. What the fuck? That is actually called the Black Moon. Miscarriage. Wow. Okay, so what? Are some of you guys' energy all over the place? Because why are my cards just jumping out here like that? Miscarriage, celebration. Hold on. So there was something that was taken away from you. That's actually a blessing in disguise, which is interesting because we literally have a blessings in disguise card in this deck, but I'm still getting that. Still heavy energy, like something was taken away from you, and it may have hurt, but there's going to be something that you're going to smile about in the near future, and it was because of this thing that was taken away. Something was taken away from you, and it made room for something. So something, it could have been anything. It could have been a car that was repoed. It could have been your job that you lost. It could have been anything. But I'm seeing here that there's some type of celebration. Something is going to be in place of that, and something better, honestly. Bigger and better. Restore. Wow, this is so beautiful. Look at this restoration card. Hello. I mean, it's really nothing for you to look at. I was gonna drag it, but no, you guys don't actually have to see it to understand. So with this restoration card, in line with the miscarriage, you're going to be replenishing yourself, okay? I'm hearing some of you guys were working really hard. So if it was a car, you were working really hard to keep up the payments. If it was a job, your job was very demanding. Whatever it was, if it was a house, you know, whatever it was, to maintain this, it took a lot of you. Maybe your time, maybe your resources, your finances, whatever. Like, it took something from you, okay? So you were working really, really hard, and without it here, you're like, you know, panicking because there's a reason why you were working hard towards that. There was a reason why you had a house. There was a reason why you had a car. There was a reason why you had a job. You know, like in your mind, you needed this. So you're like, okay, like what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? But the first thing you notice is how less you have to work now, how much you get to rest, how much you get to chill and, you know, balance yourself again. And I hope I don't sound insensitive when I say that, but whatever it was that you lost, it was requiring a lot of you, okay? A lot of your attention, and all of your attention was going towards this that you weren't necessarily giving it to yourself. So while this may have been something that you had to work hard for, yes, you know, things like that happen. So of course, you know, to maintain whatever, you have to show up for that. I'm seeing now that in this restoration, you get to breathe again. You get to find the balance. So maybe before you were giving too much to one place and a little less to yourself, or too much over here and a little less over here, you know, you didn't necessarily have the balance, and that was because of however demanding this whatever was that you lost. But I'm seeing now you get to breathe. You get to find yourself again. You get to find your balance. And not only that, you can actually get back what you lost, but in a softer way, in a more, like in a different way. However you received it before, maybe okay, for instance, like apply it to whatever your situation is, but take this analogy, for example. If you had a vehicle that you got, right, and say your credit wasn't good, but you had to come out of pocket for it, you know, your payments were very, very high because you have to make up for this nice ass vehicle that you just bought on horrible credit, you know, versus like, because you lost that vehicle, but now you get to chill a little bit, like you've accumulated time here. So over time your credit got better, and now if you go back in there for them to run your credit again, you actually get approved for something a lot less, you know, like it's something like that, where before you got that, yes, maybe needed that, whatever, but whatever it was, it required a lot of you to maintain that, to keep that, but now this whatever thing was taken from you, and you get to breathe again, you get to find yourself again, and you actually can get it back, but in a gentler way. So this is actually a blessing in disguise. There's going to be a lot to celebrate, even though you may have gotten something taken from you, okay? I know I'm sounding a little crazy for whoever is actually experiencing this. You're probably like, yo, what the hell are you talking about? I literally I lost my crib. That's not funny. Like, that's not funny. And I know that. I'm not laughing at that. But what I'm saying is, you've gotten something taken away from you, and this is just a card here, okay? You know, take it as it resonates. But the next card and the overall energy that came out is celebration, okay? All I'm saying is you've definitely gotten something taken from you. However, you're going to have a reason to smile very soon. And it's because of what you no longer have to take care of, okay? Let me see. Whoa, 9 of Wands. Why are all my cards just jumping out at me right now? So we have the 9 of Wands. So yeah, this was definitely heavy for you. It may have been a weird transition for you. You may have been feeling like things were slow, like they were taking some time to like you were taking a long time to adjust, if you guys had to adjust. Just things were not as smooth as you wanted them to be. The 9 of Wands is a card of a wounded warrior. So you endured, yes, but as you went on, you were tired as hell, okay? And that's understandable. 4 of Swords. But they want you to trust. They want you to have faith, okay? They want you to have faith in the things that are unseen, things that you can't necessarily put 2 and 2 together with right now. Like, yes, you got something taken from you and you don't understand why. It's not making sense. But the 4 of Swords is here is because they're saying to rest, breathe, and trust. Trust in the unknown. Trust in the future, okay? If your faith is there, then believe that everything happens for a reason. And wait for your reason. And I'm seeing there's going to be a reason, and it's going to be very, very obvious to somebody very soon. Y'all, I'm losing sunlight. And these lights over here don't work. I'm not going to rush through, though. I got time. The Lovers. Ooh, as an overall energy, that's the balance that I'm talking about within, guys. That's the balance that I'm talking about within, that you're going to find after you surrender, though, okay? So you have to surrender. I'm seeing maybe you're not going to get the celebration until you breathe, until you relax. For as long as you're fighting it, you're going against the current. And when you go against a current, you drown, all right? So you're fighting against something that's so much more powerful than you. And the more you fight it, the more you drown in it, because what you're really supposed to do is ride it. You're supposed to ride that wave, okay? So all that to say, when you find that balance, when you find the rest, when you actually surrender, you will find the balance, okay? The balance is the overall energy, because that's what's trying to show itself to you right now. You need to cling to the energy of balance. Follow the energy of balance. Like, crave the energy of balance, so much so that you just give in. Like, you know what? I don't understand it. I surrender, though. I surrender. Like, how can I make all the madness stop? God, you got it. Like, tell God you got it, okay? Tell God you got it. At this time, focus on God. Be grateful. Meditate. I was going to say read the word. I have a lot of believers on this channel then. Read the word of the Bible, or whatever your book of faith is, if you have one. If you don't and you resonate with the spirit within, then make sure that you're absolutely grounding your energy so much. You're cleansing your energy so much. You're speaking to God all the time. You're connecting with nature. You're connecting with everybody. Like, you're one with everything, all right? Make sure that you're present in the now. You're going to reach that energy of balance. The Lovers is the overall energy, all right? This card right here. Oh, shoot, I forgot they naked, and I got a couple of subscribers now. They actually watching my channel. I can't be putting stuff like that on there. But the Lovers, when you are in that energy, I've said this demonstration on this channel before, but when you have a woman and you have a man, or just two people who are seeking the energy of God, okay? I said that because on this card there's a woman and a man, but you have Source who's up here, and that's who you're seeking, right? So this is if we both pay attention to God. The more we pay attention to God, the closer we get to God. The closer we get to God, boom, then we end up meeting and we become one. Now we meet each other, right? So although I'm not talking about another party here, this lovers represents you and your inner world. I'm saying the closer you get to God, the more you'll find that balance, and you'll find the Zen within. You'll find the God within. Your Kundalini will rise. Everything will cleanse. Everything will illuminate. Everything will. Now I know that ain't who I think it is. It's not. Let me finish this reading, y'all. I hope y'all are following me though. Knight of Wands. Funny, because the Knight of Wands is in line with the Four of Swords, and that literally contradicts what I just said. So the Knight of Wands is somebody who is ambitious, passionate, and making sure that they're going after exactly what they want, you know, like they're going to see it through no matter what. That is in line with the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is super chill. The Four of Swords is surrender. So that's literally, you know, contradicting. But it came right after the Lovers. So you're supposed to find that passion that, you know, like, I'm ready, after you find the energy of balance. Right now you're too imbalanced to go forward. I feel like you're going to be moving off of emotion. You're going to be moving without any true clarity, okay? Because something was just taken from you, something that was very precious, something you were passionate about. So to just start moving in this energy will kind of be a little chaotic, you know? You want to actually surrender first so you could get a little clarity, so you could get a little understanding, the whole having faith, everything happens for a reason type thing. You're waiting to see what the divine order was in this. So with this Knight of Wands, that's going to happen after you find the balance, okay? Because if you start moving like that now, it'll just be too haywire. Knight of Swords, so funny. Knight of Swords right after the Knight of Wands. So yeah, that Knight of Swords is kind of like the Knight of Wands energy, except when you have the Knight of Swords, you're a lot more focused. Like, Knight of Wands is about ambition, going after. Knight of Swords, since it's a suit of the mind, is the focus, okay? So your mind is sharp. You can't do that if you're in a state of chaos, okay? When something's taken from you, that's not the time to start acting. In that moment, you're frantic, okay? You might want to Zen, find your center, calm down, heal first. Like, be calm, be still. Peace, be still. Find the peace first. Seek God immediately. When something big like that happens, you want to immediately seek God. And when you feel God's presence, when you feel that energy wrap around you like a hug, then okay, you're ready. That's that balance. Then you're ready. Okay, I'm one with God. I'm here. Like, I'm good. I got God behind me. God's in my center. Like, God's in my face, for real. God is speaking for me. God is my throat chakra. God is within me. So everything that I do is of God. So yes, all of that comes after you find your balance. The Two of Cups is in here with the Lovers, guys. There's so much balance here. There's an energy of balance and an energy of movement. I'm going to take Knight of Swords as movement too. That's just, you know, the movement of the mind. But the celebration will come when you find your Zen. The celebration will come when you are one with God, okay? Four of Pentacles. Let me show you the card. That's grounding. That's you having it all, okay? You knowing where, please excuse the wax on my hand. You knowing where all of your energy is. You knowing where all your energy goes to. That's you just taking full inventory of your life, everything that surrounds you and your frequency, everything, okay? But that's the balance. That's the balance there. So with the Four of Pentacles, after all of this, it's just a huge grounding, okay? Right now they're asking you to ground, not hermit. They're not asking you to isolate. They didn't say you have to go within, although you are going within, but it's a different going within. When you get the Hermit card, a lot of people kind of dread that, because it's like, damn, I gotta go hermit. Like, I gotta get off the radar a little bit. I'm off grid. I can't be around, you know, gang. I can't be around the distractions. I need to lock in. It's not necessarily that, okay? It's not that. There's still a connection that you need to have with all of that around you. Again, there's a lot to celebrate here, but you're not going to understand that until you find your balance, okay? So that restoration is needed. The restoration is needed for everything else to unfold. Trust, guys. Have all the faith that you need that this is exactly what is supposed to be happening. Have all the faith that you need that this is exactly what's supposed to be happening. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to mourn what was, what you've lost. It is okay. It's totally okay. Unfortunately, I don't want to sound insensitive when I say this. Unfortunately, the world is still rotating and you're still breathing, okay? For as long as you have breath, you have a purpose. So if you're still here, then there's still something for you to contribute to the world, okay? Not all is lost because you've lost this one thing, all right? So you have to find yourself. It's the ebbs and the flows of life. Man, if any of you guys are feeling it and it's really heavy, I give you guys the biggest hug right now. But it is the ebbs and the flows of life that we just have to be gentle with ourselves through, okay? I did want to tell you guys that. Be gentle with yourself through this. This isn't something where, you know, you have to beat yourself up to find your zen. You don't have to beat yourself up to find your center, to find the balance. That's not what you're doing. Really, you're just surrendering, okay? So for as much as you can naturally surrender, there's the God. There's source. There's the peace, okay? It's not in the fight. You don't have to fight to do this. You're restoring yourself. So it's supposed to be light. It's supposed to be fresh, all right? But trust that this is supposed to be happening. And I know this is probably a weird-ass transition, but I promise y'all got this. I promise y'all got this, okay? All right, before I let you guys go, I did want to inform you guys that I have now opened up readings. Yay! So if you are interested in reaching out for a personal reading, if this resonated with you or you just wanted some type of insight in regards to your own personal situation, do not hesitate. The post is actually listed in my posts, but I will let you guys know here. You can just contact me in my email, all right? Just contact me in my email and I got you. Allow 48 hours of response time so that I can actually get back to you guys. But yes, I am more than excited to... This is my first time opening readings on this personal channel, all right? So I've done plenty of readings before, but never through YouTube, like through my YouTube collective. So I'm really, really excited to be offering it to you guys. I want to see, you know, the energy that we can exchange. And I've had so many subscribers interact. You know, I would love for us to connect. So definitely reach out to the email that's listed in my bio. That is reesrising@gmail.com. And yes, again, allow for 48 hours so that I can get back to you guys. And I got y'all with whatever you need. I love you guys so much. Bye.